Very good morning, everyone. How are you all? Everyone fine? Yeah. So we are going to start our CA final financial reporting journey. Are you ready for that? Now, as we say about CA final financial reporting, the subject financial reporting. So one impression will come for financial reporting. It is very vast as per syllabus is concerned. Means that I am not saying that normally student says the syllabus is very vast and it is one of the toughest subject in CA final. Is it right? Have you heard about this? If you can manage financial reporting and one more subject, if I say direct tax, these two subjects, then CA final will be comfortable. Is it right or not right? Have you heard about this? So financial reporting paper, from my point of view, is not vast. We can say that now we have only Ind AS in our syllabus. When we say Ind AS, so there are 41 Ind AS. Not 41, there are 39 Ind AS. Out of that 39, 2 Ind AS or 3 Ind AS are not in our syllabus. Means in a total I can say there are 35 Ind AS. So when I say 35 Ind AS and you think these are the chapters, 35 chapters, then it seems that it is a vast syllabus. But normally can I say, when we say 29 accounting standard, what you have done in CA Inter, so that was also 29 accounting standard. So you have already done 29 accounting standard with many chapters in your CA Inter. Am I right or not? Are you from old scheme of CA Inter syllabus or new scheme of CA Inter syllabus? New scheme of CA Inter syllabus. So it means you have done 29 accounting standard. So once you have done 29 accounting standard, with that there were some chapters also. So it means you are habituated of that. If you are habituated in CA Inter, so same thing is in CA final. Only in CA final syllabus we have Ind AS and nothing related to chapter. There are some theoretical chapter which will not be so much time consuming. There are two theoretical chapter. Apart from that, everything is related to what Ind AS. So from my point of view, the syllabus is not vast. Only you need to understand how to compile it, how to read it, how to revise it. If you understand that, and if you can revise this CA final financial reporting paper, it will not be tough from examination point of view. Now coming to this batch, as you know, is an exam oriented batch. Now when I say exam oriented batch, so of course one point will come in your mind, what is actually a difference between a regular batch and exam oriented batch. Now as a teacher, from my point of view, there is no difference. There is no difference between exam oriented batch and regular batch, because what I teach in regular batch, everything will be covered in exam oriented batch. There will be no deletion, there is no removal of any concept. Means the books are also same. Means whatever books I provide for my regular batch, the same books will be provided for this particular batch. If the books are same, so can I say content will be same, questions will be same, there is no deletion, there is no removal. Correct? So what actually is the difference between exam oriented batch and regular batch? The difference is only number of hours. Number of hours will be a difference. Normally for a regular batch, we take around 260 to 270 hours. Means my last regular batch, which I am saying. Now in this batch, right now from my point of view, we'll be taking 180 hours. So the difference of 70 hours. But from my point of view, as per some new questions came this time, and now as per last attempt, what we have seen, the institute is asking a different type of questions also. Now I hope you have also heard about that. Now they are not repeating the similar type of question. There are some mix and match in all the questions in all the subjects. So this exam oriented batch we have planned 180 hours, but then also it might goes to 200 hours also, because if I take some questions of new type, it might goes to 200 hours. So it will be between 180 to 200 hours. So it means how many hours you are saving? 50 hours to 60 hours you will save. Now how that will be saved, sir? You are saying both are same, regular batch and exam oriented batch, both are same. So how you can save 50 hours? Of course this question will come. So that particular 50 hours, how I will save, that is from the point of speed. Means in regular batch, if my speed is 1x, so in this batch, my speed of teaching will be from 1.2x to 1.5x. Means any very simple concept will be there. So I may go to 1.5x. If there are some importance, there are some good concepts which are totally new, which require some time to understand, I may go to 1.2x speed. So in that way, we can save our 50 hours. And that 50 hours, if I saved in my batch, so that you need to use for your self revision. It does not mean that I am saving that 50 hours, so you are sleeping for that 50 hours. That 50 hours, if you use for revision purpose, so then it become totally effective. It will be as simple as regular batch only. Got this point? Second, one more point. In regular batch, most of the question I do by solving question in the class. But in this batch, I will solve. Don't worry, I'll solve most of the important questions. Means all the important question, expected question, I'll be solving in the class. But there'll be some question which I feel that if I discuss that question, you can do by your own. That type of question will be discussed in the class, because of course that can be managed by you, and the solution will be provided in the question bank. If the solution is there, of course you can do by your own. So we can manage, we can save some time there. In that way we can manage, we can save our 50 hours, 50 to 60 hours. Correct. Once again I want to say that there is no difference in the concept. All the concept which I take in regular batch will be taken in exam oriented batch. First doubt over. Second, books will remain same. If the books are same, so there is no removal of the concept, there is no deletion of the concept. Only you need to manage my speed. And of course, what I have seen in regular batch, where the my speed is 1x, student listen that class at 1.5x only. So students are habituated of that speed. Got this point? Now coming to some features about this batch, because once I start this batch, you should know something about what will be the process, so that you can understand what can be the ultimate output of this particular batch. Got this point? So this batch will be applicable for May 25, November 25, and even after that. Even after that means for May 26, November 26, and after that. There can be some amendment. For future attempt means for May 26, November 26, which is not yet notified by ICI. So if it is not yet notified by ICI, we can't discuss right now what can be the possible amendment. So if there is any amendment for future attempt, means we can say for May 26 and onwards. So don't worry about that. That is my obligation. Don't worry about that. Before 6 months of your exam, that amendment will be provided to you by way of video. YouTube video, or it can be what? By way of my video classes in the form of what? The recorded mode. Got this point? So don't worry about any amendment. Of course, whenever your attempt is May 26, November 26, even after that, so there can be some possible amendment, and that of course you have also in your mind, that you are aware of. But can I say you should start as early as possible? Why I always say start as early as possible? Because once you start your journey for your coaching classes, then only you get a rhythm of study. And if you are starting only 1 year before your attempt, then normally what happens, that rhythm will not come. And that rhythm is not come, eventually only 6 to 7 months will be the effective month, which will be very much dangerous from examination point of view. Correct? So of course, if you have started your journey 2 years before, I will say it is a good approach from examination point of view. And don't worry about amendment. Don't worry about amendment. Syllabus, as per syllabus, this is as per the new scheme of ICI. Whatever ICI has given the study material for May 25 attempt. Correct now. That study matter has been taken into consideration. Of course, the study matter may be revised for the upcoming attempt. So if the study matter is revised, there may be some correction in the question. There may be some correction in the solution. There may be some new questions introduced. Concept will remain same. There is no changes in concept. There may be some new Ind-AS might came. For example, Ind-AS 117 is going to introduce, means it's effective, but it is not yet notified in ICS syllabus. So that may be introduced by ICI. So once that is introduced in ICS study material, then only it will be a part of syllabus. Got this point? Whatever I am saying. So whatever changes in the ICS study material, that will be also informed to you time by time. Got this point? Any correction in the questions, there may be some correction in the question, that will be also informed to you. Any correction in the solution. So right now, whatever solution will be there in your question bank, whatever I will provide to you, that's all the solution is as per ICI, even though it is wrong. Suppose ICI has given wrong solution, in your question bank, I have given wrong solution only. We will discuss what is the correct solution in our class. Got this point? Yes, sir. This batch we have planned for 60 days. 60 days into 3 hours, 180 hours, but it may increase also depending upon the criteria from examination point of view. As per the last attempt, whatever we have realized, that we should do some more questions, more new type of questions, which we fail. That yes, now new question they are asking. Of course, in our all past batches, whether it is regular batch or exam oriented batch, we take new questions also. We take all types of questions. But normally what happened, what I have seen, that as a student you need to change right now. We are always ready to teach because we are born to teach only. Correct now? We are ready to teach. But whether you want to study, questions which are outside the books, it means who need change. You need to change as per as a student. And as per ICA requirement, ICA has understood one thing, that whenever question is asked from ICA book, it becomes simple question paper. Whenever they are asking question outside the book, it becomes difficult question paper. Got this point? So why it is difficult question paper? The concept remains same. It means you are only reading question, you are not reading the concept. Now as a CA student, because you are going to become the future of India, what do you think? You should only concentrate on the question given by ICI, or you should think about a concept. So of course the entire study should be concept oriented. Of course it should be exam oriented. I'm not saying that we should move from examination point of view, because the first primary objective is to pass the exam. Yes or no? So it should be exam oriented, but we should not defeat one of the objectives, that is concept. So you should understand a concept so that you can tackle any type of question which is asked by ICI in the exam. Have you understood this point? Yes, sir. About the medium, of course, this batch will be totally in English. Totally in English. No other language will be taken into consideration in this particular batch. Coming to the books, which is very important. Entire books, whatever I am providing, I'll provide you 2 volumes of Ind-AS Saransh book. When I say Ind-AS Saransh book, it is nothing but the content of all the Ind-AS, which has been summarized in such a way that you can revise the entire Ind-AS just before exam. Correct? So it has been designed in such a way that you can revise all the concept, all the content of Ind-AS before exam. Got this point? Yes, sir. So we'll provide you 2 volumes of India's Sanas book, 4 volumes of question bank. 4 volumes of question bank. So when I say 4 volumes of question bank, it will be covering all the questions of ICS study material. Whether it is simple question, complicated question, difficult question, easy question, whatever. All the questions of ICS study material has been incorporated. Excluding multiple choice question. Multiple choice question has not been incorporated in the question bank. Correct? I'll come to the multiple choice question. So question bank include all the questions of ICS study material, RTP, MTP. RTP, MTP till date. Means whatever RTP, MTP has been introduced, has been released by ICI till date, all the question of that RTP, MTP has been incorporated in this question bank. This is actually 12th edition question bank. Means can I say in future also more RTP will come, more MTP will come? That question has not been incorporated. So that will be new question which will be given to you as a additional question to you. Correct now? So I hope you understand till date whatever RTP, MTP and exam question also, excluding the last exam. Last exam means the last exam whatever was conducted by ICI, that question has not been included. Understood? Apart from that all the question till date whatever have been asked by ICI in any exam has been incorporated in this particular question bank. Of course, the repeated question has not been incorporated. If suppose RTP has a repeated question, so that has been indicated that this particular question have been asked in exam as well as RTP as well as MTP. That type of indication has been given. Correct. Now, this time what I have done, let me first explain you about my question bank. You can see this question bank. If you come to the preface, what I have done, if you read this, for the first time I have done this as per the requirement of the student. What I have seen, there are different types of student in the market, and can I say we as a teacher need to entertain every type of students. So this time for the first time what I have done, I have divided all the questions into 3 categories. All the questions into how many category? 3 categories. You can see has been marked in 3 color. First color you can understand, then second color, third color. Have you seen? This become the first color. You can see this is the first color, then second color, third color. What does first color mean? Such questions are based on direct concept. Direct concept means if you know the India's concept, you can do this question by your own. Means can I say this does not require any other efforts. Correct? Which can be answered without reading the solution if student retain the concept. If student retain the concept, means can I say if you have gone through any India's, so these questions are not supposed to be read. If you know the concept, you can answer all the questions of this nature. Correct? Student can ignore such question at a time of revision if they have insufficient time. If suppose you feel that you do not have sufficient time for revision, you can ignore this totally all the questions for revision purpose. Means you have already read the India's content and these are directly based on India's content. So you can ignore this type of question at a time of revision if you feel that you do not have sufficient time. Second category is what? Such questions should be solved at least one time. Means when you are doing first revision, you should solve at least one time by your own. And you need to identify that whether you are able to solve it. Even though simple, if you are able to solve it, it means this type of question you can easily answer in your exam. And suppose if you are doing some mistake, it may be simple question, but then also simple question, it does not mean you will be always correct now. You might forget some concept which is directly linked with that particular questions, and that is important concept you are not able to link while reading the particular question, it is quite possible. So sometimes we feel that is a very simple question, and the same question will come in exam, it will become difficult. It will become difficult. Are you able to understand? So this type of question need to be solved once, one time. You can't ignore this type of question. If you have done some mistake, write down that mistake in some special notebook. This is the question number. This mistake you have committed when you are doing second revision. So you just need to understand that whether you remember that mistake or not, whether you can avoid that mistake in exam or not. Got this point? So this can become the second category. The last category is most important as per revision is concerned. These are the most expected question, most important question, or comprehensive question. Comprehensive question means it might happen this type of question is not yet asked in exam, but this require revision every time. I don't know, it may be or may not be important from examination point of view, but it is a part of ICA study material. If it is a part of ICA study material, that type of question can be asked in future exam. Got this point? So this include all that type of questions. Correct. You can see what I have written. Such questions are important and require sufficient practice. Sufficient practice. Correct. Such question must be revised before exam. Before exam, you should revise it. Even though not important. However, in this category, I have included all expected question also. Even though it is simple. Before exam, you should read this particular question. Correct. Such questions should be practiced by writing. Means second category question, you need to, if even though you are not practicing by writing chalega, but these are the questions, whatever third category I have given, this need to be practiced by writing whenever you are doing revision. You can't perform audit in this. Chalega. So this time, for the first time, I have categorized all the questions into three categories. Actually, what I have done, I have done one voting before releasing my 12th edition. Because normally what happens, I provide 4 question bank, and others, all the faculties, means what have been informed to me by many students, all other faculties are providing only 2 volumes of question bank. 2 volumes means you can understand all the questions are not there. All the questions are not there. Are bolna rahe? Yes or no? No, of course, as a surprise, when you are taking a classes from any faculty, what you expect? Whether I should remove the question of ICA study material? No. If I am a student, I will always demand from my teacher that you provide all the question. Removal I will do. Removal students should do, na. Teachers should not do. Am I right or not? You provide all the questions, deletion we will do. If you think that this question is very simple, we'll delete it. But can I say, as a faculty, for me, a question which is very complicated may be also easy from my point of view, and any question which is just try to understand, which you think is difficult, can be easy from my point of view. Can I remove that question? I can't remove that question. Got this point? So I have done the voting. I have understood that there are different type of students. But most of the voting, what I have received from the student, I think more than 1,000 students had voted in that. 67% voting was that you give all the questions. 67% is. You give all the questions. Don't delete, don't remove any questions. So I am happy. Nowadays also students are of that category. But there were many students who want 2 volumes of question bank. So for them, I have categorized in this category. For you, if you don't want to read all the questions, so don't read first category. These all questions, whatever I have given first category, will not be in the other faculties. Acha, I can also delete na. That will decrease my cost only. So as a businessman, so I should delete. But then also when I think from a teacher point of view, and when I think, yes, when I'm in this industry, I should give everything to the student. Whatever ICA is giving. So that you are not supposed to open ICA study material. Even though you receive my book and you are opening ICA study material, what is the use of giving this book? There is no use of giving this book. Correct? So all the questions have been incorporated. All the questions have been incorporated. You are not supposed to research anything about that. Now, it has been done in AB method, category basis also. Now you decide which question you are supposed to read, which question you are not supposed to read. But second, third is must. Second category and third category is must. Then one disclaimer I have given for my safety. You have read it. That is also required now. Now I have said first category don't read. Question may come from there also, and most of the multiple choice question will be from which category? First category. Most of the multiple choice question. It is quite possible. Understood? So I have given a disclaimer in exam question may be asked from any category, Baba. So don't blame me. Don't blame me if I have given this type of category. But then also I am better than other na. I am giving all questions. Correct. What happened? Just try to understand. What happened when I am giving 4 volumes of question bank? Nowadays students are comparing that 4 volumes of question bank, 2 volumes of question bank. Better read 2 volumes of question bank. Yes or no? But just try to. You are giving an ICA exam, CA examination. Everyone says CA is the toughest examination. So when you compress the syllabus, whether it is good from CA point of view, if you are compressing, you are saying after compressing also you can pass the examination, then why it is difficult? Then it becomes easiest course. If you are reading less, and by reading less you can pass the examination, then I will say it is not the toughest course, it is one of the easiest course. Then why you are saying CA examination are difficult? So either you say CA examination are difficult, then read everything. Or you said say CA examination is very simple, we can compress it, we can go with what small books and we can pass the examination. Then it will be correct now. You are saying CA examination are difficult also, but will read less. How it is possible? It is not possible. It is not possible. And if you are doing that, multiple attempt will come. Multiple attempt will come. So if you have decided, yes sir, we can take a risk of multiple attempt, then go for that. Okay sir. One more note I have given. Before exam, every attempt, I give a list of expected question. I give a list of expected question. So that expected question may be of any category. Means from my point of view, any question which is given in first category may be expected in this time in exam. So that may be consist of any category. Got this point? So in your exam, before exam, revision, what you should read? Means just before exam, you should read first the third category is must. Third category is must. In a second category, all those questions which was doubtful for you, that is also must. Correct? And all the expected questions which are not in this second category and third category, that is also must. First category you can avoid because that is directly linked with the concept. If you have read the content, you can answer by your own. So you can save time for revision. You can save time for revision. Now, coming to, if I say any chapter, you can come to suppose India 16. You can, the first question is only of which category? Third category. Means this become important question. If I am not doing question, if I am not doing this question in class, of course this category to all question I will do in the class only. But suppose if I have not done this question in the class, so you what you will do? You will also ignore. So that will be your duty to solve it. Of course, I will do this type of questions. But you can see this color is second category. Got this point? This is what? First category. So you can easily identify. You can easily identify. I think this will help you, and this will cater all type of student. This will cater all type of student. Whether you want all question, whether you do not want all question, whether you want to go for 2 volumes, you can delete all the question, it will become 2 volumes. All the first category, if you delete, it will become 2 volumes. Now, one more point before I go to this. There are many illustrations given in ICA study material. Examples, illustrations. This is to build a concept. This is to build a concept. Question may be designed from this also. Are you getting what I am saying? But this type of examples and illustrations, which I feel that is not required to be read, because you have already done the classes, you know all the examples, because all the examples whatever I will take in the class will be of this nature only. So that I have not given the question bank. You can see this is of 189 pages. 189 pages. This will be given as a soft copy. This will be given as a soft copy. Means if I have given this also, means all the illustration, all the examples are also given to you. Got this point? So whenever you are free, suppose today suppose I have done one chapter in day 8. Go to home, only read these examples. There is no need to do detailed analysis of that. Can I say, when you read these examples or illustrations, whatever I have done in the class, you'll be able to correlate. And suppose any examples or any illustration you have not understood, give a star mark, write down somewhere. You can ask me either in the class or outside the class. Got this point? So why have I excluded this from question bank? To remove the fear. To remove the fear. Because unnecessary it will increase the number of pages, which is not actually required. Which is not actually required. Understood? Some of the examples or illustration which I feel require attention, I have already incorporated in my question. So don't worry about that. These are those example illustrations which I feel does not require much attention. Correct? So this is also provided to you. In their Saransh book already I have said it only include a content. Now coming to multiple choice question. Multiple choice question. Now multiple choice question is of two types as whatever I have given. One is case study wise. One is chapter wise. So you can see chapter wise I have given entire chapter wise MCQ separately. This will be given also as a soft copy. Because hard copy is not required. It is only wastage of paper. Because I know you will never read by hard copies. Whenever you are free, whenever you are in office, whenever you think that you don't have any work and you don't want to study also, there are a lot of time of that nature. You are in office sitting idle, doing nothing, or only wasting your time in social media. That time you can use to solve all these multiple choice questions. I will suggest that only. Don't give any extra time from your study time. Suppose you have allocated 3 hours to study. That time don't solve this multiple choice question. Because multiple choice question is nothing but you have understood the concept, you have understood the entire question, now you need to only answer it. So multiple choice question, if you are not able to answer it, it means it gives an indication that your concept is not strong. Got this point? So this chapter wise multiple choice question you should do whenever you have spare time. Got this point? Suppose you have done the revision of India 16, open India 16, all the multiple choice question, it will not take more than half an hour. Not more than half an hour. And also I have given the answer also after that only. Correct? So just read it. Suppose this answer is your answer, it is matching, so good. It is not matching, then also good. So if not matching, you have understood that you have not done the revision properly. Got this point? So this chapter wise multiple choice question need to be done in your spare time. Will you do it? Whatever I am saying, you will never do it. Because students nowadays never follow teachers. They will follow YouTube video. All other faculty, all others YouTube video they will follow. But whatever I am saying, that you will not follow. You will follow now. Yes. Now coming to case study wise MCQs. So this include all the case studies given in MTP, RTP, exam till date, and all the MCQs which is given in Board of Studies website. Means you can see there are how many MCQs, I will say, how many case studies. There are one for May 24 attempt they have released. Then again they have released for November 25 attempt. But now they may release some more multiple choice questions that will be also added to this particular PDF. So whatever new MCQs will come for case study wise, that will be added automatically in this. Correct. Now you can see how many MCQs are there. There are 69 case studies. Case studies. Of course, it requires a lot of time. Because case study, the one case study will be having many questions now. It requires time. And can you see this require completion of entire syllabus? So this you can't do right now. It means this need to be done when you have done first revision and when you are doing first revision. So when you are doing first revision, that time allocate some time after the completion of entire syllabus. You can't do that 50% syllabus complete. Let us start doing multiple choice questions. No. Once you have gone through all the questions, all the syllabus completed, now you can come to this case study. So you need to allocate some time for this 69 multiple choice question. Because what I have seen, normally question will be of this nature. Pattern might change. Pattern might change. The options given might change. But ultimately it will be of the same time. Are you able to follow me? If you have done 69 case study, can you will be confident about multiple choice question? You'll be confident. Yes, any case study they will ask, we are able to perform it in exam hall. Correct? Got this point? Yes, sir. So coming to what we have understood, we have understood that key will provide you 2 volumes of India Saran's book, 4 volumes of question bank, and MCQ soft copies will be provided to you. Coverage will be entire coverage of ICI resource. Yes. Next point. What about the doubt? What about doubt? Of course, for live student or any student who have taken recorded classes, so how to handle the doubt? So for that also, you don't worry. I'll provide you one dedicated Telegram group in which you can ask me any doubt. Doubt will be answered within 24 hours. However, I will answer normally once I see the message. Correct? Then of course you can also call me. But call when? So when you are asking a doubt, and if suppose I am not able to explain you through message or through audio, voice notes, then at that time I will only say you call me at this time. Because sometimes a question is of that nature which require only what? Call. So that time I will only inform you this is the time you can call me. I will explain the entire explanation of that. Okay. Then there is one WhatsApp group also created. The link of that WhatsApp group will be given to you. If you have not received that WhatsApp group link, suppose if you have not received that WhatsApp group link, this Telegram group link will be given to you via mail only. But suppose if you have not received this WhatsApp group link, you need to contact our team member. They will provide you that link. In this WhatsApp group link, this is not for subject related doubt. This is for what? Personal connection with me. Because normally what happens, Telegram में that personal connection नहीं होता. In WhatsApp group, that personal connection will be built. So whenever you have suppose you require immediate support from my side. That time you can message in WhatsApp group. I will be only calling you. So you are not able to concentrate, you are not able to study. That time you require some motivation. You can just write down, sir, can I call you? I will only give you time, and at that time you can call me. Understood? And apart from that, all other amendments, etc., will be provided in this WhatsApp group. Whatever is required for examination purpose, everything will be provided in this WhatsApp group. But this is not for doubts. Got this point? Yes, sir. As per the test is concerned, of course the test is important, but what I have understood is CA final student don't write test. But I need to mention that we will conduct 6 tests. Means if you say 60 days, so after every 10 days we'll conduct one test. Whatever chapters has been completed in that first 10 days, one test will be there. Then coming to second 10 day, one test will be there. So how many tests? 6 days. This will be chapter wise. Correct. Then there will be 3 cumulative tests also. Means after 20 days, can I say test 1, test 2, cumulative chapter 1 test will be conducted. So 3 cumulative tests. Means can I say last test, third test will be of entire syllabus? Will be of entire syllabus. This third cumulative test. First cumulative test will be for first 20 days. Second cumulative test will be first 40 days. Last cumulative test will be for the entire days. So can I say it will help you to understand the quality of question paper and also will help you to manage the time. But the question is that will you write down the test? So this time what I have decided, you can write down test at as per your time convenience. We'll upload the test paper. We'll provide you in this WhatsApp group. Write down test. Upload your answer. Our team member will correct it. We'll do the assessment. Whenever you are uploading, we'll do the assessment this time. Means we'll not fix the time, because I have understood that if we'll fix the time, we'll never write down the test. You prepare as per your time availability. Whenever you feel that test number 1 need to be written, write down that test. Upload the answer paper in the WhatsApp group. Our team member will correct it and will provide you the analysis of that. I think this will help you. Chalega? Yes, sir. Target. What's your target in CA Final Financial Reporting paper? Target should be how much? What target you have in your mind? Follow. How much? So of course the target should be 90 plus, not below this. 90 plus target should be there. In every subject, not only this subject, I will say every subject your target should be at highest point. When you target that, then only you will be willing to work for that target. Now if your target is only 50%, so your efficiency will be also 50%. And when you are targeting 50%, ICA will not give you 50%. Huh? So when you are targeting 90%, then ICA will give you somewhere around 60 to 70. You can also achieve 90 plus. But your target means your entire effort should be for 90%. 90 or more than 90%, it can be 100% also. Means when I was student, in every subject I was targeting more than 90. It does not mean I actually got more than 90 in every subject. But some of the subject I have got now. In financial reporting I got, but in other subject I have not got. In some subject I got less than 50 also. But my target was more than 90. So your target should be 90 plus, and of course, from my point of view, if you follow whatever I will say, you can easily achieve 90 plus in FR. I don't know about other subject. It is very easy to score 90 plus in FR if you understand what you are supposed to do from examination point of view. Even though questions are coming from outside the book, you can easily score more than 90. So our target will be 90 plus, but for that you need to do and you should avoid something. First, let us say about what you should avoid during your CA final journey, not after becoming CA. After becoming CA, do whatever you want. First, what I say, avoid negative people. You know, CA become difficult only because of negative people surrounding us. If you avoid that negative people, the negative people can be your immediate friend also. So you need to first identify who are the negative people in your surrounding. And you should isolate yourself from that particular person. Avoid negative people. Who by saying that CA is difficult, that become your negative partner, negative friend. You need to avoid that type of person. It can be your relative also. It can be your friend also. It can be your principal also, your chartered accountant, under whom you are doing practice, he may be also giving a lot of negative points about CA. Now CA may, there is no job. This type of words. Now CAs are not getting jobs. Can I say once if suppose if I say like this CA, there is nothing, and the CAs are not able to earn 2 lakh also in a year, then will you be able to give the right effort? Your mindset will become negative. You'll think this much sacrifice we are doing, not for 2 lakh, 5 lakh or 6 lakh now. So of course these are negative people. Believe me, CA can earn whatever you want to earn. CAs are not made for 10 lakh, 12 lakh. They are made for 1 crore. And every CAs are earning also. And those who are not earning, they are not CA only, I will say. If they are not getting jobs, I mean that is their point now. But a good CA with entire concept can easily earn more than what I will say, whatever you are thinking, more than that. So avoid negative people. Then avoid social media to some extent. Not, I will say not entirely. You can't avoid entire social media, because of course you can't avoid YouTube. There are many revision video. Of course you need to listen revision videos also. There are many, I mean, there are many updates given by which has been released by ICI, which will come. I will only give you update in my YouTube channel. So you can't avoid entire social media, but to some extent you need to avoid. This all bakwas social media, Instagram, Facebook, etc., which is not at all required. I will say delete till you become CA. You don't require any Insta account. You don't require any Facebook account. You require LinkedIn account. If you have, you can use that. Professional account if you have, okay. YouTube channel to some extent is good if you are using it for your study purpose. But avoid social media. Avoid making excuses. This is the most important thing. Avoid making excuses. The one excuse I will give is, suppose test number 1 was planned for, suppose the date is, I have announced 5/12 is the date for test number 1. Correct? And you have not written the test because you are giving excuse that, sir, we are not prepared. This is excuse. Stop giving excuses. Whatever is planned, that you need to execute. The test has been planned on some particular date. Whatever you are prepared, or whatever you are prepared, on that basis you need to write on the test. Don't, I will say, stop giving excuses. Your attempt is in May 25. Just before 1 month you started giving excuses that this happened in my life, I will not give this attempt. These are excuses. Nothing more than that. Stop giving excuses. Believe me, you will become a CA. Understood. Now coming to do's. What is required from a student point of view? You should be regular. The regular means what? Regular means you should be consistent in your studies. Regular does not mean you need to come into class every day. Suppose by any chance you are not able to listen the class as per the time you have planned, so this will be your duty to complete that class as soon as possible. That means regular. Understood? So you should be regular, you should be consistent in your study. Whatever you have planned, if 70% or 80% of that plan has been achieved, it means you are regular. Because 100% achievement will never come. But if you are able to achieve 70%, 80% of whatever you have planned, it means you are regular. Normally what happens, if suppose 2 days we are not able to study, we become what? Inactive. For next coming 7 days. On the basis that we missed 2 days classes. Now we are not able to continue the classes. No. If you have missed it, okay. Attend the classes. Whatever has been missed, that you can listen after some time. But don't postpone your classes. Whatever you have planned. Revision. Revision on a continuous basis. But can I say it is not possible to revise on a continuous basis, because after FR you will take other subject, then you will concentrate on that. So normally revision means what? It does not mean you are supposed to practice all the questions every day. Revision means you should be in touch of that subject. Suppose after FR, so of course during FR classes you will be in touch of FR. But once FR completed, you will start AFM. After AFM, audit, then DT, then ITT, then of course you will think about IBS. So can you say right now if you started FR and IBS, this will be around 6 to 9 months, even more than that. If you have taken FR classes यहाँ पर, so 6 to 9 months you are not touching FR only. This is dangerous. And normally students do not able to understand this. They have taken the classes, they feel that they have taken the entire class, they have understood, now they are ready for exam. No, not possible. Can you see in this 6 to 9 months, so everything gone. You have forgotten FR. If you have not touched it, it means, can I say, during this 6 to 9 months, you need to plan some revision for FR also. Or I will say, if suppose you don't have time, then what you should do? You should only read the India's content. When you read it now, so something will come in your mind. So you can daily wise, you can give 30 minutes to FR, not more than that. After completion of, I am saying syllabus, after completion of classes, that time I am saying. So that means continuous revision. So this is, I will say, FR, the last subject, 6 to 9 months. If you are not revising FR in this 6 to 9 months, then FR become complicated. Then after 9 months, believe me, you will not be able to handle FR. So how to plan it? Of course, I'll give you some more tips during the classes. Then coming to last point, which I always say that every CA student must have this right attitude. Right attitude means what? You need to be open for every questions. When I say open for every question means whatever question I am asking in the class, whether you are listening my face-to-face classes or recorded classes or live online classes, whatever question I am asking, you should respond. You should respond. Even though you don't know. Normally what happens when I am asking any question, because most of the time I will try to link entire my classes with CA Inter. The objective is that to inform you what you have done in CA Inter. But if I am asking some question, it means you have done that question or you have done that concept in CA Inter. And that time you are not responding. When you are not responding, your brain will not think about that. When your brain will not think about that, it means your brain has stopped functioning. So to restart your brain for CA final, answering that question is must. Even though it is wrong. When you are giving wrong answer, then also you have processed something in your brain now. So once you start processing your brain, it will give some energy to your brain. Correct? So you should have right attitude. Right attitude means during this CA study, whether it is FR class or any other subject, you should be always open for any questions. As per my experience, only 15% student is always of this nature. 85% student do not answer. But if you come in this particular category, CA exam will become easy. Believe me. So this is one of the characteristics I will say which every student must have who is writing CA final. Okay, sir. For any other queries apart from doubt, subject related doubt, don't contact me. Okay. Technical doubt, any books doubt, whatever. Contact this number. Save this number. Save this number. So for any other doubt which is not related to subject, you need to contact this number. Correct. Website is not required for you. It is only given for promotion purpose. Correct. Okay, sir. I hope you have understood. Now we are ready to start our batch. Can we start? So whatever I have discussed, it was also required so that you can understand what to do, what not to do in this particular batch. Any question you have in your mind? Bolo. If you don't have any questions, then we can start our first chapter, means introduction. Today we'll do only introduction part, introduction of Indias in your life. Do you know about Indias? Indias. Do you know about AS? AS means what? Accounting standard. Indias means what? Indian accounting standard. It does not mean whatever AS you have done that is not related to Indian context. That is also as per Indian context only. But in CA Inter you have done AS. In CA Final will do Indias. In simple word I will say, to any company to which Indias is applicable, to them Indias will be applicable. And any company to which Indias is not applicable, to them AS will be applicable. So I hope you have understood the big companies, Indias will be applicable. Small companies, AS might be applicable. But we need to understand to which companies Indias are applicable. And the balance company, automatically AS will be applicable. Correct. So whether there is a much difference between AS and Indias? Of course, yes. Correct. Yes, there are differences. Means even though you know AS, it does not mean you have understood Indias. So there are a lot of difference between AS and Indias. Correct. Means can I say your accounting is going to change with the introduction of Indias in your life. Slowly we'll move and we'll understand what are the changes required. So how I have designed my entire curriculum. First I will take those Indias in which there are very less changes. Or I will say very minute changes. Means which is exactly the replica of accounting standard. For example, first accounting standard, first Ind accounting standard which I will take in your class will be Ind AS 37. That is nothing but related to AS 29. AS 29 means what? Provision, contingent liability, contingent asset, and only 5% difference is there. Means can I say if you know AS 29, you know Ind AS 37, only 5% difference there. So I'll go in that basis. First I will take those Ind AS which have very minute changes, then we'll dire increase the level of our classes. Okay sir? Yes sir. But before that, let me come to the applicability part. If I say applicability, minute. Now, if I say applicability, so now accounting standard, applicability, when I say AS means I am talking about all accounting standard, whether it is related to CA Inter or CA Final. Okay. So can I say for applicability, all the entities are divided into two parts. One is known as non-companies, means which are non-corporate entities, and second will be what? Companies. Correct. To non-companies, whether accounting standard are mandatory, what do you think? Non-companies means partnership firm or any other entity which are preparing their financial statement for reporting purpose. Whether accounting standard are mandatory? Yes, accounting standard are not mandatory. But then also, to them, AS issued by ICI is applicable. Accounting standard issued by ICI is applicable. Just try to understand when I say company, the Companies Act says that financial statements should be prepared as by complying the requirement of accounting standard or Ind accounting standard. But for non-companies, if I say partnership firm, the Partnership Act is totally silent about the accounting part. Because AS is not mandatory as per any act for non-companies. But can you just try to understand? I'm not going when AS was introduced, I'm not going to the history. But AS was issued, we started using accounting standard in the 90s, in 1990s. However, the accounting standard board was formed in 1977. Means ICI has understood that the need of accounting standard in 1977. But it became effective or issued by ICI, we can say, and we started using accounting standard from the 1990s. That time the Companies Act was also silent about accounting standard. So of course, AS ICA started issuing all accounting standards. So as per any act, whether it is Companies Act or Partnership Act, of course that was silent about the compliance of accounting standard. Therefore, what ICA has done, ICA has issued one circular to all the members. Members means chartered accountant. See, any member of ICI who is doing any attestation function, means if they are signing any financial statement, then that financial statement should comply with the requirement of what? Accounting standard. Means can I say any financial statement of non-companies? Any financial statement of non-companies, correct, which is signed by any chartered accountant, that financial statement should comply all the requirement of AS issued by ICI. Got this point? Yes, sir. So to them, AS issued by ICI is applicable. What are the AS already issued? So we have AS1 to AS32, which has been issued by ICI. Out of this, AS6 and AS8 has been deleted. Has been deleted. Means they have issued but now deleted. AS6 was related to depreciation accounting, which after revision of accounting standard 10 has been deleted. So you should know that yes, of course this has been deleted. And out of this, AS30, 31 and 32 are not applicable to non-companies. Means I need to inform you that is issued by ICI but not applicable to what? Non-companies. So if somebody asks you how many AS issued by ICI, so that is up to AS32. Correct. So this is the scenario for the applicability of accounting standard for non-companies. Now coming to companies, now there are two type of companies. Any companies to which Ind AS is not applicable. So we will not say like this ki any company to which AS is applicable. So first we need to find out this company whether Ind AS is applicable. If yes, then Ind AS is applicable. If not, then AS is applicable. AS means CA enter. Got this point? To which Ind AS is not applicable. And second, any company to which Ind AS is applicable. Got this point? So as per the applicability, now there are two type of companies. So any company to which Ind AS is not applicable, you have understood AS is applicable. Which AS? Which AS is applicable? Bolo? No. You can't say AS issued by ICA now. As a CA, you should know this particular point. The level 1, level 2, level 3 has been defined by ICA only. That is for applicability, all the entities are divided into four categories now. Level 1, 2, 3, 4. Initially it was 3 categories, but that is for this. I'm not going into that because that is not important from examination point of view. Correct. So to which Ind AS is not applicable, to them AS notified under accounting standard rules. Understood? You can add on. Companies accounting standard rules 2006 is applicable. All the AS notified under companies accounting standard rules 2006 is applicable. Now which accounting standard are notified in this rule, that we need to understand. So they have notified AS1 to AS7 and then AS9 to AS29. But this is exactly the same. Exactly the same whatever has been issued by what? ICI. But you then also now you can't say AS issued by ICI. To company to which Ind AS is not applicable, you need to say all the AS which has been notified by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, MCA, where under companies accounting standard rules 2006 will be applicable. And what are the accounting standard notified? AS1 to AS7 and AS9 to AS29. So why not AS8? Because before 2006 AS8 was deleted, so it was never notified. So why AS30, 31, 32 which has been issued by ICI not notified here? Because after 2006 it was issued by what? Means ICI issued 30, 31, 32 after 2006, was never notified by MCA in this rule. Are you getting? If that was not notified, the question of applicability will not come. Are you able to understand? So AS 30, 31, 32 was never notified in this rule. Got this point? And after that, AS6 was deleted. AS6 now deleted. But this is exactly same as what we do for AS issued by ICA. Therefore, in CA Inter, we have only one set of accounting standard because AS issued by ICI and AS notified under these particular rules are same. And therefore, we have never discussed like that. This is AS issued by ICI and this is AS for companies. There was only one difference that was in AS11, that is now also removed. So now we can say it is exactly what? Same. Got this point? So there was one difference between AS issued by ICI and AS notified under this particular rule, that was in AS11 para 46 and 46A, which you have now forgotten. Got this point? So that has been now also removed because that para is now inserted in AS11 issued by ICI. Got this point? It means, can I say, to find out to any company to which Ind AS is not applicable, first we need to identify the company to which Ind AS is applicable. And this is CA final syllabus. This is entirely CA final. So to them, which Ind AS is applicable? Any Ind AS notified under companies Ind AS means Indian Accounting Standard Rules 2015. It was first introduced in 2015, then amended it amended after that. So first this rule was introduced in 2015. Therefore I am writing 2015. This rule was first introduced in 2006. This rule was introduced first in 2015. And therefore I hope you remember that India started applicable. The first applicability was from the year starting from the date 1/4/2016. Ind AS become mandatory for some companies from which date? 1/4/2016. Have you understood? So now we need to understand, sir, to which company these rules are applicable. Got this point? So this is only an introduction part. No, sir, what is this Ind AS? And why there was a need to change from accounting standard to Ind accounting standard? Correct. Now, Ind AS is nothing but it is a converged form of IFRS. IFRS means what? IFRS means what? International Financial Reporting Standard. Correct. Means it is nothing but converged form of IFRS. What do you mean by converged? I hope you all know that during the early 2000s, many countries started adopting IFRS. We as an Indian, we started applying IFRS from 2016. But many countries started following IFRS from the early 2000. To the early 2000 means from 2000 or 2001, from that year. So we were late in this particular point. But what was the need of following IFRS? Because of globalization. Because of course every country now become open economy. Open economy means we are doing transaction with foreign countries. So when you are doing transaction with foreign country, there is need of one set of what? Accounting standard for all the countries. So there was need of international accounting standard. Therefore, we started adopting. We means all the countries started adopting IFRS. But we Indian, we say we are different. We will not adopt entire IFRS because we are different now. Like we will convert IFRS as per our economic condition, and therefore we call it Ind AS, which is converse form of what? IFRS. Are you getting? So we have not adopted IFRS. We have converted IFRS into Ind AS as per the prevailing economic condition of our country. Got this point? So Ind AS is nothing but converse form of IFRS. However, the difference between Ind AS and IFRS is only 5%. Means can I see if you know Ind AS and if you want to study IFRS, you need to only study that 5% difference. That is only 3 to 4 pages. So you will equivalent, you will also become strong in what? IFRS. So don't take any course for IFRS after studying Ind AS from me. Only that difference, and that difference also we'll do in the class, even though that is not a part of our syllabus. For some extra gap. Correct? Now, just try to understand. Before 2001, there was one committee, International Accounting Standard Committee. And during 2001, when there was a need of global accounting standard, IS International Accounting Standard Committee was changed to IFRS Committee. Correct? Because the correct terminology was financial reporting standard. They have changed it to what? International Financial Reporting Committee. From International Accounting Standard to Financial Reporting. Correct. Means before 2001, International Accounting Standard was named as IAS. And before 2001, they have already issued IAS 1 to IAS 41. Understood? IAS 1 to IAS 41. But when IFRS committee was formed, then there was a discussion whether we should change the previous IAS to IFRS. So they have decided that whatever has been existing will not change the title, will not change the name of that. So IAS 1 to 41 remain IAS 1 to 41 right now also, even though now it is under IFRS committee. Understood? And after that, whatever standard was issued internationally, the name was given, means the number was IFRS 1 to 16. IFRS 1 to 16. In total, I am not writing IFRS 17. IFRS 70 means insurance company. However, that is also effective, but till now not introduced in our syllabus. Therefore, I am not writing. Are you getting what I am saying? So, as per syllabus is concerned, as per ICA study matter is concerned, it is 16 right now. So, I am also writing 16. Got this point? Correct? However, IFRS 17 was there. It was not effective in India. It was not effective in India. So in total, we can say there were 41 standards. In total, 41 international accounting standard. So how it is 41? 1 to 41 is this only. Then plus 16 or plus 17 if you say, it is more than 41. So out of these there are many international accounting standard which has been deleted. For example, we have IAS 1, we have IAS 2, but we do not have IAS 3. Understood? So there are many international accounting standard which has been deleted. That I am not informing you. That I am not informing you. Got this point? Correct. Now, when it was converted in India, so there was one challenge in numbering. Understood what was the challenge? How to number it? Because there are two, one IAS 1 and IFRS 1. There was challenge in numbering. Because if I say Ind AS 1, so this Ind AS 1 is IAS 1 ki IFRS 1. Got this point? So what MC has decided? They have given a very simple answer to this, that this will be known as Ind AS 1 to 41. Ind AS 1 to 41. Means whenever I say Ind AS 1, it is IAS 1. When I say Ind AS 8, it is IAS 8. And this will be numbered as, you know what? Ind AS? Very good. 101 to 116. 101 to 116. So when I am saying 116, don't be afraid. There is not 116 in the accounting standard. Got this point? So this is the part of our syllabus. I am not writing 1 second Ind AS 117. I am not writing Ind AS 117. Got this point? So this will be our part of syllabus. Out of that, Ind AS 104 and Ind AS 106 is not in syllabus. Ind AS 104, Ind AS 106 is not in our syllabus. Ind AS 104, because that was related to insurance company. So IC understood that Ind AS 104 is going to be changed soon, and Ind AS 117 will be applicable soon. So better when Ind AS 117 will be applicable, that will be studied to CA, that will be a part of syllabus for CA final student. But till now that has been also not notified by ICI. Are you getting whatever I am saying? So how can we understand which Ind AS has been deleted? So that you will automatically understand. If I am not teaching you Ind AS 3, the Ind AS 3 is removed from this particular part that has been deleted. Means that is not yet introduced only, because there was no IAS 3, so there is no Ind AS 3. There was no IAS 3, so there cannot be Ind AS 3. There is no IAS 5. Understood now? Correct. Understood. So that you will automatically understand. Apart from that, there is one term, IFRIC. IFRIC means what? International Financial Reporting Interpretation Committee. Now, whenever there is some doubt in the industry related to IFRS, so that will require interpretation. It is quite possible that IFRS is silent regarding any accounting treatment. For that also interpretation is required. So there is one committee for that we call IFRIC, and they will give the interpretation. IFRIC 1, IFRIC 2, like this. Before 2001, it was SIC, Standard Interpretation Committee. This is not important from exam point of view. This is only for general knowledge. IFRIC and SIC. These are nothing but interpretation given by International Committee for any new development or any existing IFRS whatever. Now this interpretation has been introduced in Ind AS. So this interpretation is now a part of what? Ind AS, and that has been added to Ind AS as an appendix. So it has been added to Ind accounting standard as appendix to Ind AS. As appendix to Ind AS. So sometime I will be saying this is the appendix to Ind AS 10. The appendix to Ind AS 10, it is nothing but interpretation given by IFRS committee. So that is also a part of syllabus. So this is also a part of syllabus. So all the interpretation now become appendix, that is also a part of syllabus. Got this point? Yes. Now coming to difference. Difference between what? Difference between Ind AS and IFRS. No AS. We will not discuss the difference between AS and Ind AS. That is not a part of our syllabus. Then also I will inform you. Whenever I will do some particular Ind AS, I will inform you the difference between AS and Ind AS, but that is not a part of our syllabus. This difference is also not a part of syllabus, but that has been mentioned in ICS study matter here. It is whatever mentioned in ICS study matter indirectly is a part of our syllabus. Now with introduction of MCQs, anything can be asked. So there are basically three types of difference. Whatever I am writing, that you should write down. Are you writing or not writing? Where you are writing? This is what? No. Maintain one proper register. Behave like student, don't behave like auditor. Okay. I know with CF, once you enter into CF final, you think that you become auditor. And this is the point where student lacks. While doing revision also they started doing audit. They will not solve, they will not write, they will do what? Audit. Correct. small, this is okay, chalega, but in class maintain register, proper register, whatever I'm writing that you write down. This will help you in revision only. So what I was saying, there are three types of difference. First is known as terminology difference. Terminology difference. There are some terminology which has been used in IFRS. A different terminology has been used in India. Why? Because of requirement of Companies Act. Because if you change that terminology, we need to change what? Companies Act. India amendment in any act is asambhav. It is very difficult and require at least 5 years for that amendment. So when MCU was notifying India, what they have said, retain the terminology which has been used in what Companies Act, and that terminology we need to use where? In India. For example, there are basically two terminology. Internationally, we call statement of comprehensive income. Statement of comprehensive income. But in India, we call it statement of profit and loss. Understood? Means when you read IFRS, they will say statement of comprehensive income. You write a full comprehensive income. Comprehensive. Comprehensive. Statement of comprehensive income. But under India's, which terminology has been used? Statement of profit and loss. Correct. Internationally, we call it statement of financial position. Statement of financial position. But in India, we call it balance sheet. Of course, the correct term is statement of financial position. And soon, Companies Act will be amended. Once the Companies Act will be amended, India's will be also amended. And then we will start using what statement of comprehensive income and statement of financial position in India. But till now, there is no such changes. It means we can't use statement of financial position and statement of comprehensive income whenever we are preparing financial statement of Indian companies. Means from exam point of view, this is correct name. This is not correct name. Got this point? Now you only say when this terminology has been changed, whether it will affect any concept. Means this is the only difference, but this is not a difference. Can I say in this way? This is only a difference, but not a difference. So this is not a difference. Theoretically, we can say it is a difference. Chalega. Have you understood? So whenever supposing question by mistake, it is written prepare statement of comprehensive income. So you'll go to what? IFRS? Whether you'll go to IFRS? No, IFRS is not in our syllabus. It means that is statement of comprehensive income is statement of PL only. So why? How they can mention statement of comprehensive income? It is possible because ICI is taking all the question from international book. So when they take international book question, they forget to edit it. And sometimes it is quite possible they are mentioning previous statement of comprehensive income and statement of financial position. Don't be confused at that point of time. Just that is nothing but statement of PL and balance. Chalega. Second is what? Removal of option. Removal of options. Now IFRS, because IFRS when it was designed, it was meant for many countries. Therefore, they have given options for accounting treatment. They don't want to make it rigid. Whenever we are not giving option, so if I say that you need to always attend the class, and if you miss one class, you are not allowed to attend the next class. There is no option, you need to attend the class. So can you see it become difficult for you? You'll think twice for joining the class or not. Because once you join, you can't miss any class because there is no option given to you. It becomes difficult for you now. So whenever I am giving option to you, it means I am making your life easy. So we can use any of the options given as per our accounting treatment is concerned. So what MCA find that When the option is there, so one entity will use one option, another entity will use another option, and therefore the main objective of financial statement will be defeated about the comparison. If I'm using one option, you are using another option, so can you say I can't compare your financial statement with my financial statement? Therefore, they have removed some of the options from India's. Some of the options from India's. Let me take one example. In SOPL, internationally, means as per IS1, they have given the expense can be classified as per two categories. Either as per functions or as per nature. This is as per IS1. As per function means you can mention all the expense in this category. For example, production expense, admin expense, selling expense, distribution expense, like this. These are as per function. As per nature means purchase, employee benefit expense, depreciation, finance expense, like this. What we follow? Nature. Understood? So under Ind AS 1, what has been removed? Under Ind AS 1, now this is only based on what? Nature. Now you only see if I remove that option whether there is any difference. No, once again there is no difference. Because I am following one of the options given where? In IFRS. Means Indian company is following one of the options given in the IFRS. Correct now? But I am following IFRS only now. So actually once again this difference is not a difference. The difference is not a difference. Got this point? One more example I'll give for this. See, under IS 40, when I say IS means International Accounting Standard. This is not Indian Accounting Standard. Therefore, in India we call IND, so that it is understood. IND means Indian. So IND AS is not IS. IND AS is not IS. You can't write down in your exam as per IS1. As per IS1 means what? International Accounting Standard. As per IND AS means Indian Accounting Standard. Are you getting what I am saying? Yes, sir. Now, as per IS 40, this is related to investment property. They have given two options. Either you can use cost model or you can use fair value model. The two option has been given. Two option has been given. One of the option has been removed. Under what? In AS 40, one of the option has been removed, and now in AS 40 says only what? Cost model. Only cost model. Now why it has been removed, I will explain when I will do in AS 40, not right now. Have you understood this point? Removal of options. There are some other options which have been removed that I will explain when I do that particular index. Third difference, which is the major difference, is known as carve out and carve in. This is the only difference that we need to understand as per difference is concerned. Carve out means what? Whenever different accounting treatment has been taken in India as compared to IFRS. Means IFRS has given one accounting treatment, but we have modified that accounting treatment and now we have given a different accounting treatment as per the prevailing economic condition in India. That is known as carve out. That is known as carve out. And that is nothing but converse form. If you want to convert IFRS into Ind AS as per the prevailing economic condition of India. What are carve out? That we will discuss with respective Ind AS, not now. Because whatever example I will take right now, you will not be able to understand. So there are some carve out and there is some carve in. However, there is only one carve in. Balance all are what? Carve out. So what is carving? Carving means what? IFRS is totally silent about that particular accounting treatment. Means IFRS has not given any accounting treatment for that particular transaction, and Ind AS has incorporated one accounting treatment for that transaction. That is known as carving. So there is only one carving that is related to business combination Ind AS 103. So only one carving and balance all are carve out. Understood? As per syllabus concern, this is not a part of syllabus, but then also we'll discuss it because in ICS study material they are also discussing that. Whether they will ask or they will not ask, they will see in exam hall directly. Till now, they not asked. Correct. Understood. So this will be discussed with respective Ind AS. And can I say if you know this carve out and carve in, do you know IFRS also? If you know all this carve out and carve in, do you know IFRS also? So whenever you are going for any interview, to read this carve out and carve in also and go to interview. Got this point? Chalega? Yes, sir. Now let us come to the chapter number 1. Now whatever I will say, you will be able to understand. What are Indian accounting standard? Indian accounting standard are the international financial reporting standard. Acha, when I say IFRS, IFRS include what? IAS. So I will not say Barba IFRS, then IAS, because now IFRS include all international accounting standard also. Got this point? So Indian accounting standard are IFRS. Which form? Converse form. Correct. Converse standard issued by central government of India through what? MCA, through Ministry of Corporate Affairs, under the supervision and control of what? ICI only, under the supervision and control of ASB. ASB is nothing but board of ICI. The Accounting Standard Board of ICI and in consultation with NACAS. Previously it was known as NACAS, now it is known as NAFRA. You know NAFRA? Correct. So previously it was known as National Advisory Committee on Accounting Standards. The name has been changed to now National Financial Reporting Authority, because accounting standard they have understood the correct name is for financial reporting. So now they call it National Financial Reporting Authority, NAFRA. Got this point? We are into chapter number 2 of Ind AS book. Chapter number 2. Chapter number 1 not. Chapter number 2. Ind AS introduction. Right. Ind AS are named and numbered in the same way as the corresponding international financial reporting standard for ease of reference. That also I have discussed. Numbering we have understood. Numbering we have understood now. Now what are carve out and carve in? This also we have understood. Difference. There are three basically that there are three difference. First is various terminology related changes. I have discussed. Same thing is written. Then removal of option. That also I have discussed. You can read it. Correct. Then last one is carve out and carving. Carve out and carving. Carve out, certain changes have been made considering the economic environment of the country. Understood? Economic environment of the country, which is different as compared to the economic environment of developed country, which has been considered while making IFRS. Whenever IFRS was made, it was made by developed country. They have considered their economic environment, which is different from Indian economic environment. So India has done some changes. These differences are due to difference in application of accounting principle and practice and economic condition prevailing in India. The difference which are in deviation to the accounting principle and practice stated in IFRS are commonly known as carve out. This can be asked in MCQs. Till now not asked. They will say what are carve out? They will give 4 options. Correct? Further, if there are no guidance under IFRS for any particular transaction or event, then the guidance provided under Ind AS is known as carve-in. Now, what are carve out, carve-in? What are the carve out, carve-in that will do in respective Ind AS? Now, third, roadmap. This is important from examination point of view. question will be, yeah, can be asked from this particular topic. To which company when Ind AS will be applicable? But can this become past tense? Correct now? Because this applicability now become past tense. Then also question may be asked. They may ask in this way, in present scenario, to which company Ind AS is applicable? Or they may ask you MCQs, multiple choice question. Now this entire roadmap has been divided for all the companies. First, they have done for general companies. When I say general company, that will not include banking company, insurance company, and non-banking financial company. So first, they have given roadmap for only what? General company. When I say general company, it means excluding what? Banking company, insurance company, and non-banking financial company. Correct. You can see for companies other than bank, NBFC, and insurance companies. Understood? So the rule was framed in 2015. So this Ind AS was applicable on voluntary basis from 1st April 2015. From 1st April 2015. So this roadmap said that any company can adopt Ind AS from 1st April 2015 on voluntary basis. On voluntary basis as per their choice. Even though they are not under the applicability part. Means any small company, if they want to adopt what? Ind AS on voluntary basis, that is their choice. But this voluntary basis only for which companies? Which are not bank, which are not NBFC, which are not insurance company. Means NBFC, insurance company, banking company cannot adopt Ind AS on voluntary basis. They will say no, even though not applicable, I will apply from 1/4/2015. No, this is only for general companies. Only for general companies. Understood? Correct. Then mandatory basis, it was divided into two phases. Phase 1 and phase 2. So Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2016 on mandatory basis under phase 1. So under phase 1, all the companies were not covered. So which companies were covered? That we need to understand. But can it become past tense now? Then also question can be asked. So can I say 1st April 2016 on mandatory basis, company listed or in the process of listing in any recognized stock exchange, either in India or outside India, either India or outside India, having a net worth of rupees 500 crore or more. It is rupees 500 crore or more. Means 500 crore is inclusive. Means any listed company or any company which are in the process of listing. They are not listed, but they are in the process of listing. If their net worth is 500 crore or more than 500 crore, that will be covered under phase 1. Then any unlisted company having a net worth of 500 crore or more than 500 crore. You can say in this way A and B combined, any companies having a net worth of what? 500 crore or more than 500 crore, whether listed or unlisted. We can say only in one point A only na. Correct? So can I say under phase 1, any companies whose net worth was 500 crore or more than 500 crore, the Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2016. Correct? Limit is given for net worth. Now what one doubt will come, so what do you mean by net worth? How to calculate this net worth for this applicability? So that will be discussed, don't worry. That will be discussed. So what is the meaning of net worth? I will discuss. Then if A and B Ind AS is applicable, so what this rule says that any parent company, parent company means holding company. Parent company means holding company. So any parent company, any subsidiary company, any associate company, any joint venture of above A and B will be also covered under Ind AS even though their net worth is less than 500 crore. Means all the companies which are related to this will be also covered. But the relationship is only through what? Parent, subsidiaries, associate, joint venture. I hope you know parent. You know subsidiary, you know associate also. If you are from new scheme of syllabus, CA inter. Yes or no? And you also know joint venture, even though you are from old scheme of syllabus. I think in Companies Act too you have done associate and joint venture. But don't worry, you know the terminology. The meaning we'll discuss in detail when I'll come to associate and joint venture. Right now, I'm not giving the meaning of parent company, associate, joint venture, subsidiary company. That meaning we'll discuss. Chalega. But have you understood this point? So applicability will come from 1st April 2016. So sir, net worth will be checked on which date? We'll check net worth from which date? Means we need to calculate net worth now. So for which date we should calculate net worth? So what our rule says that the net worth shall be checked for 3 previous financial year. 3 previous financial year. First 2013-14, then 14-15, then 15-16. Understood? If in any one financial year net worth is more than what? Is equal to or more than what? 500 crore, then it will be what? Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2016. So 3 previous financial year. So 1st April 2016, 3 previous will be first will be what? 15-16, 14-15, 13-14. Have you understood? Means suppose 13-14, 13-14, just try to understand what I am saying. 13-14, it is 300. 14-15, it is 450. And 15-16, it is 500. Whether Ind AS is applicable or not applicable? Applicable. 13-14, it was 600. Then 400. Then 300. It is applicable or not applicable? Applicable from which date? 1st April 2016. This type of question can be asked in MCQs. Multiple choice question. Correct. I think phase 1 to you have understood. Phase 1 you have understood. Okay. Phase 2, it will be applicable on mandatory basis from 1st April 2017 to the balance company, but not to all balance companies. Means whatever is covered in phase 1, that will not be covered in phase 2 now. That is what for them, so India is already applicable. So for phase 2, all companies which are now listed are in the process of listing, which are not covered in phase 1. Means can I say from 1st April 2017, all listed company, even though net worth is negative, then also for them Ind AS will be applicable. Any company which are in the process of listing, for them also Ind AS will be applicable. For them Ind AS will be applicable. Understood? But unlisted company, not all unlisted company. Unlisted company having a net worth of 250 crore or more, but less than what? 500 crore. Because more than equal to or more than 500 crore was already covered in phase 1. So limit is what? 250 crore or more, but less than what? 500 crore. Ind AS will be applicable. So can I say in this way, any unlisted company having a net worth of less than 250 crore, Ind AS is not applicable. Ind AS is not applicable. Correct. And point number C, any parent company, any subsidiary company, any associate, any joint venture of A and B will be also covered under Ind AS from 1/4/2017. Understood? Now for that net worth we check for the previous 4 financial year. 13-14, 14-15, 15-16 and 16-17. I hope this you have understood. No discussion required. This was for which company? General company, excluding what? Banking company, insurance company and NBFC. Now let us come to banking company. Now banking company and insurance company, there is something which we need to discuss. For banking company, when this roadmap was first designed, it was said that for banking company, Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2018. Then Banking Regulation Act says that we are not now prepared. Because can I say for banking company, first we need to do amendment in Banking Regulation Act. In India, quite difficulty. Correct now? Because this Ind AS was a part of Companies Act rules, not a part of Banking Regulation Act rule. So what Banking Regulation Act says that we are not prepared now to comply with all the requirement in Ind AS, and therefore the applicability was deferred. Until now, it has not been notified. It means for banking company right now, what is the status? Ind AS is not applicable. Ind AS is not applicable. So for scheduled commercial bank, excluding RRB means what? Regional rural bank. For them, Ind AS will not be applicable. For them, RBI defer the Ind AS implementation till further notice through a notification dated 22nd March 2019. After that, no notification came. Same happened with insurance company. Insurance company first date was 1st April 2019. But IRDA, Insurance Regulation and Development Act says that we are not prepared right. We require some time. And for them, Ind AS 117 was also in drafting stage, I will say. So once again, can we need to wait for this further notification? And I will say once this is notified by IRDA, then Ind AS 117 will be applicable for your syllabus. When it is notified, we don't know. So right now, there might be some changes in this when your attempt will come. Quite possible. If you are writing in 2026 and 27 attempt, then there may be some changes. So whenever you are revising this particular part and I have not notified anything, so message me, I will update you whether there is any changes or not. Chalega? Insurance company also you have understood. Now coming to non-banking financial company. Now for non-banking financial company, there is no specific act. It is under the RBI guidelines. RBI guidelines and General Companies Act is also applicable. So there is no specific act. For banking company, Banking Regulation Act. For insurance company, Insurance Regulation and Development Act. But for NBFC, there is no specific act. They are under the RBI guidelines and General Companies Act. And therefore, for that, rules are there. Understood? But this also has been divided into two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. And it is similar to what? Whatever we have done for general company. But the applicability will start from 1st April 2018. Achha, first was 16, 17, this is 18. Understood? 18, 19. Correct? Yes, sir. So 1st April 2018, first NBFC, whether listed or unlisted, having a net worth of 500 crore more. Same thing. Whether listed or unlisted or whether in the process listing, having a net worth of 500 crore more. Parent subsidiary joint venture associate company of above NBFC will be also covered under Ind AS from 1st April 2018. For them, 3 previous financial year will be taken into consideration to check net worth. So 3 previous financial year you can find out what were 3 previous financial year, 15, 16, 16, 17 and 17, 18. Then phase 2 will be also similar. Now it will be applicable from 1st April to 19 to all listed NBFC which are not covered in phase 1. To all unlisted NBFC if the net worth is 250 crore more but less than 500 crore. And all the parent subsidiaries and associate and joint venture of above A and B, Ind AS will be applicable. I hope this too you have understood. Net worth will be checked for the 4 previous financial year that you can find out. From which date? From 1st April 2019 for previous financial year. Any one financial year net worth cross the limit, Ind AS will be applicable. Ind AS will be applicable. However, one note is given: voluntary adoption of Ind AS is not allowed to NBFC, banking company and insurance company. Means voluntary adoption is only for what? General company. This is very important for MCQs. Still not asked, but from my point of view, this question will be asked. So any NBFC, any banking company, any insurance company cannot apply Ind AS on voluntary basis. On voluntary basis. Then one point came for mutual fund. He said, what about mutual fund? To one clarification was given for mutual fund. What was the clarification? The requirement means it was said that for mutual fund, Ind AS will become applicable from 1st April 2023. So one notification came, there was some confusion. What about mutual fund? This everything is given, not required this much. Only is write on the applicable date is what? 1st April 2023 for mutual fund. You know about mutual fund. I'm not discussing what actually is mutual fund. Okay? Understood. Applicability part done. Now any company which is not covered in this particular criteria means right now banking company Ind AS is not applicable. So AS will be applicable. For them, their act and AS will be applicable. So any company to which Ind AS is not applicable, apply existing accounting standard. Apply existing accounting standard. So that has been given as a point. The companies not covered by the roadmap shall continue to apply the existing accounting standard. Now one doubt came, okay, sir, this Ind AS is applicable to separate financial statement. Whether it is also applicable to consolidated financial statement? Yes, sir. If it is applicable to CFS, if it is applicable to individual financial statement, it will be also applicable to consolidated financial statement. So Ind AS is applicable for both consolidated and individual financial statement. So what is the meaning of net worth? Net worth, they said, as per Companies Act. Means net worth has been defined differently in different act. And if you have read FM, so FM means capital employed is nothing but net worth. So they have given some different calculation part. So here we'll calculate as per the definition given under Companies Act. Now Companies Act says net worth means paid up share capital. Paid up share capital. When I say share capital, it will include equity share capital or it will include both equity and preference. Both. It will be equity share capital plus preference share capital. Preference share capital. Chalega? Then all the reserve and surplus created out of profit. All the reserve and surplus created out of profit. Normally, can I say reserve and surplus are created out of profit? Can you give some examples which are not created out of profit? Capital reserve, but not all capital reserve. Capital reserve in case of amalgamation capital. Not all capital reserve. Capital reserve in case of amalgamation capital. Right? Goodwill and capital reserve. So that capital reserve is not created out of profit. Any more example? Revaluation reserve as per AS 10. That is also not created out of profit. Because this will not be included. Because only those reserve and surplus which are created out of profit will be added. It means revaluation reserve and capital reserve, but does not include reserve created out of revaluation of asset and amalgamation. Means as in amalgamation means capital reserve. Are you getting what I am saying? But not all capital reserve. There are some capital reserve which is apart from amalgamation chapter. Which is apart from amalgamation chapter. That if created out of profit will be added. Will be added. Correct? Got this point? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now the question arises whether securities premium is created out of profit. No. But can I say it is a part of capital only? It is a part of capital. So that will be added. Securities premium account will be added. However, I will say it is a capital only. Any premium amount received, that is received from owner, shareholders. So that is a capital only. So if you are adding paid up capital, you should add also what? Securities premium. And securities premium is never a reserve and surplus. Whether it is a reserve and surplus. Securities premium is capital. We just try to understand. I am just giving thoda sa extra gyan to you. Extra gyan. Okay. I mean exam oriented batch, I will thoda sa restrict myself to extra gyan. Thoda sa, because okay. But whatever is required to become CA, that I will give. Now, this capital journal entry. You know why CA become complicated? There is one reason why CA become complicated is our education system, and that too in 11-12. In class 11-12, what you call it? Your intermediate 11 12. This commerce study is totally bakwas, full rectification, and because of that reason our CA become complicated. And if you have not done CA foundation conceptually, because CA foundation can be passed even though you are not conceptually strong. And if you pass CA foundation without conceptual understanding, CA inter will become difficult, and then CA final will become difficult. Correct? Now, capital. Just try to understand. I'll ask you one question. Let me understand how conceptually you are. So whenever I'm asking question that is based on your previous classes, you need to be open for answer even though you don't know. So when I say sole proprietor, when I say partnership firm, when I say company, there are three forms of business. When I say proprietorship, to what general entry you do for capital introduction? Bank account debit to capital. बचपन में किया याद करो. And you have understood this journal entry and that was clear. Bank account debit to capital. Then in partnership firm you have understood there can be more than one owner. So you started passing journal entry, bank account debit to partners capital. But the entry remains same na. It is partners capital. So there are two partners. So write down partner 1 capital, then 2 partner 2 capital, partner 3 capital, partner 4 capital, whatever is coming. But the journal entry remains same. But once the companies came, entire journal entry suddenly changed. And actually difficulty started from company introduction. You know, difficulty was not in partnership firm, difficulty was not in proprietorship. Difficulty started from company because suddenly your entry changed. Now here, who will become the owner? Shareholders. Shareholders will become the owner. But you started one journal entry, bank account, debit to share capital and to what? Securities premium. अचानक से this entry came ना. So this तो compound journal entry I have given. First one application, allotment, call money, final call. That of course you have understood. But the entry, the compound journal entry change na. Suddenly premium started coming in your life. We just try to understand. Ki suppose the face value. When I say face value, you know face value. Face value is suppose 100 and issue price. Issue price is what? 120. Correct. So how much you receive from the owner? 120. So whatever we receive from the owner will be transferred to which account? Capital account. Whatever we have received from the owner that will be transferred to capital account. Means here capital, here also capital. Means suddenly what happened in companies? He only be transferred to the external nominal value. Your teacher started saying that. Bolna yes or no? And you accepted. But you have never asked why. Am I right or not? अरे बोलना रे. You have never asked why. You started thinking whatever your teacher is saying, teacher means God, God is saying it is rule. We need to follow this rule. But without understanding concept, what actually happened in companies? Why whatever you receive from the owner that should be transferred to capital account. That was the general rule. But what happened here? That you started doing like this. What was the rule? Miss why? Why? What happened? Understood? And difficulty started from here. You have never realized that. Actually, you have not realized that. There is a difficulty. Yes, there is a difficulty. Because securities premium we used to show under reserve and surplus. Bakwas. Reserve and surplus means what? Profit. Whether it is a profit, then they will not do business only. Will only issue capital at premium and be silent like this. Simple na. Means securities premium under reserve and surplus. A big question mark. A big question mark. But have you asked this doubt to your faculty? I don't think so. You have asked this doubt. CA foundation to never. CA inter also never. बोलना रे. Correct. But is fine. Acha, I will ask you one question. Let apply thoda sa common sense because I said you should be open for answering. And if you apply common sense now, most of the time your answer will be correct. Why we have done this journal entry? Why this journal entry? Chala, I will not waste much time. This is only because of Companies Act. Only because of Companies Act or Bakwas Companies Act. Now Companies Act says any amount received over and above nominal value will be transferred to premium. No logic. No logic. You ask me logic. Your company law teacher, if they are giving logic, that is bakwas beku bana rahe aapko. If your company law teacher is giving some logic behind this, totally bakwas. Only because of Companies Act says the equity share capital will be disclosed at nominal value and anything received above, over and above nominal value will be transferred to securities premium account. Why, Mama? Why? You receive the value, or na? So whatever value you receive, that is capital. Simple, na? And there was no accounting standard on that. There was no accounting standard on equity. AS1 to AS29, there is no AS on equity. Means whatever we are doing as per Companies Act. And can we violate the requirement of Companies Act? Means AS cannot override the requirement of Companies Act. Same, Ind AS also cannot override the requirement of Companies Act. Are you getting what I am saying? But if you see Ind AS, in Ind AS we have one Ind AS on equity. Ind AS 32. What Ind AS 32 says, whatever received from equity participant will be transferred to equity. Means there is no concept of premium under Ind AS. And that is correct. Means as per Ind AS 32, what journal entry will do? Bank account debit to? No, only equity. Equity, this, equity. Ind AS says this. Means as per Ind AS 32, our journal entry is 120. But as per Companies Act, our journal entry will be what? Bank account debit to equity share capital 100 to securities premium how much? Are you getting what I am saying? Now, till now there is no amendment under Companies Act. Can we override a requirement of Companies Act right now? Means Ind AS will not prevail over Companies Act. Companies Act will prevail over Ind AS. Therefore, in our class, even though Ind AS says this, we'll follow which journal entry? This journal entry. Understood what I am saying? Are you able to understand? Means as per Ind AS there is only equity, including premium. But we need to prepare financial statement as per the requirement given under Companies Act. Schedule 3. They say equity share capital at nominal value. Therefore, we'll split it. But I hope you'll appreciate this journal entry at CA final level. Am I right or not? And why to segregate premium from contribution? So, of course, we should appreciate this journal entry now. Am I correct or not? So, sometime when I am passing this journal entry, don't be confused. It is as per what? Ind AS. Because I am teaching what? Ind AS. Suppose I forget this journal entry, it means I am doing this journal entry as per the requirement of what? Ind AS. So, I am not wrong. I am following what? Ind AS. Because I am teaching what? Ind AS. But can you say from examination point of view, should pass with journal entry? This journal entry. Have you understood this point? So I have just given some extra gyan. Of course, this gyan will be used in this particular syllabus only. So securities premium also you have understood. Less, of course, can I say if you have added reserve and surplus, you should deduct what? All accumulated losses. All accumulated losses will be added. Less deferred expenditure. Now, Companies Act, correct now, has given a definition as overall definition. If there is some deferred expenditure, that is nothing but one type of loss only. But now there is no concept of deferred expenditure as per Ind AS. Any expenditure which does not meet a definition of asset will be charged to profit and loss account as soon as possible, means immediately. So there is no concept of deferred expenditure. But if there is some deferred expenditure, that is also accumulated loss, because any expenditure which has not been transferred to PL is nothing but accumulated loss. That will be also deducted. So this will be also deducted and that become net worth. Understood? The formula is very simple, important for MCQs. Can you repeat with me? First is what? Paid up share capital. All the reserve created out of profit, excluding revaluation surplus and capital reserve created in amalgamation chapter. Add securities premium less accumulated losses less any deferred expenditure or miscellaneous expenditure. The formula become, the balance become net worth. But one doubt will come, this net worth will be calculated as per which financial statement? Financial statement as per accounting standard or financial statement as per Ind accounting standard? Accounting standard, because till now India has not been applied. It means this net worth should be based on financial statement which is prepared as per what? Accounting standard. Correct. One more doubt will come, sir. This net worth we should check based on standalone financial statement or consolidated financial statement. Standalone, because it is applicable entity wise, not group wise. India is applicable entity wise, not group wise. Therefore, one clarification has been given. Net worth should be calculated based on standalone financial statement prepared as per existing accounting standard. Understood? Correct. Got this point? Net worth also you have understood. Correct. Then one exception has been given. Any companies which are listed or in the process of listing to SME stock exchange, small and medium entities stock exchange. There are many SME stock exchange. Now, SME stock exchange has not been defined in the rules. So that you need to find out which are SME stock exchange. So there are many other stock exchange which are not so much popular. For example, in Hyderabad also there was some Hyderabad stock exchange. Now it has been destroyed. But that was one SME stock exchange. So normally what happened to become, suppose I am I want to incorporate one company. But if I say I am a listed company, whether it is what one type of brand or not, means I am trying to create my brand. So what happened ki suppose I form one company which is a small company and I listed in a what? In a Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, a lot of listing fees are required. It's an expensive method. So what I will do, I list my shares in SME Stock Exchange. And I will say to the entire public, we are what? Listed. Understood? So if you are listed in a small and medium entity stock exchange, then Ind AS is not applicable to you. But you can adopt what? Voluntary. You can adopt voluntary. Understood? So that is given. Companies whose securities are listed are in the process listing in SME stock exchange are not required to comply Ind AS. However, they are voluntary. They may voluntarily apply Ind AS. Understood? Correct? Means any companies which are listed in SME stock exchange, for them Ind AS is not applicable, but they can voluntarily adopt Ind AS. Now one note will come, sir. First year we have adopted voluntary. Second year we realize that Ind AS is very dangerous. Now can we reverse it? Well, no. Once you have adopted voluntary, it should be adopted for entire life. Understood? Correct. So once a company voluntarily follow Ind AS, it is irrevocable. It is irrevocable. Already I have informed you that Companies Act will prevail over AS and Ind AS. So law will prevail over AS and Ind AS. Law will prevail. Law means including all act. Means SEBI guidelines will be prevailing over what? Ind AS. Understood? But there is one exception to this rule. Companies Act Schedule 3 requirement. Companies Act Schedule 3 requirement. So Schedule 3, you know about a format. So Schedule 3 format is a part of Companies Act. But Schedule 3 says that it can be modified as per the requirement of AS and Ind AS. Means can I say if there is some changes in Ind AS, the format can be modified? Format can be modified. So that exception I have given. However, AS or Ind AS will prevail over the requirement of Schedule 3 of Companies Act. Only Schedule 3, not Schedule 2, not any other schedule. Got this point? Only Schedule 3 can be modified as per the requirement of AS or Ind AS. Got this point? Correct. Now, there are some important points. Just try to understand. Suppose there is one, you want break? We'll take a break. Break require है. We'll take a 10-minute break. Okay, 10-minute break, so that you become relaxed. And then, because today is what introduction class, you might not feeling heavy, but once I'll come to heavy chapter, so of course break is required. Correct? Chalega? We'll take a break of 10 minutes. We'll meet after 10 minutes. Now, can we start once again, everyone? Yes, sir. Okay. So before break, we were discussing about, we have discussed up to point number 7. Up to point number 7, any doubt? I hope today is the introduction class. Whatever I am saying, you are able to understand. In the balance class, whatever I will say, that also you will be able to understand. Means in my class, doubt will be less. Means I will only create a doubt if you are not asking any doubt. When you are not asking doubt, it means you are not thinking conceptually. So I will make you, means I will create a situation in that way that you start asking doubt from me. And when doubt is coming, it is good only. When doubt is coming means you are thinking conceptually. When doubt is not coming means whatever I am saying that you are following. Chalega? Now coming to point number 8, important, what they want to say. Suppose there is one Indian company, parent company, parent company, and there is a foreign subsidiary company. It can be associate company or joint venture. Correct. Now the question is that for Indian parent company, suppose India is applicable in any phase. It can be phase 1, it can be phase 2. So India is applicable. Now for this foreign company, whether India will be applicable or not applicable, because that is given one point that any parent company, any subsidiary company, any associate, any joint venture of above, India will be applicable. Now the question is that for them, India will be applicable or not applicable? For foreign subsidiary company? No, because they are not under Indian Companies Act. They are not incorporated under Indian Companies Act. Therefore, for them, their gap will be applicable. No, whatever they are following. We are not discussing about that companies. So I can write down either they are following their own gap or they are following IFRS. Let us say they are following IFRS. Understood? So they are following IFRS. It means they are following IFRS for their own reporting purpose. Own reporting purpose means, of course, every company need to report as per their regulatory environment. So for their own reporting purpose, they are following IFRS, and this company is following for their own reporting purpose Ind AS. Correct. So can you see they are following, they are preparing their standalone financial statement as per Ind AS and IFRS respectively. Now this Indian parent company will also prepare CFS. CFS means what? We need to consolidate these two financial statements. Whether this is possible or whether this is permissible. But no, this is not permissible. You cannot consolidate any financial statement which is prepared based on IFRS. Therefore, what clarification has been given? This foreign subsidiary company need to provide information to what? Indian parent company as per Ind AS for consolidation purpose. For which purpose? Consolidation purpose. Means can I say this company, foreign company, will provide information based on what? Based on Ind AS. For which purpose? For consolidation purpose. Means indirectly, so they are also applying what? Indirectly they need to also follow Ind AS. Understood? This can be asked in one case study based question. Have you understood this part? Yes, sir. That is only given here. What is given? It is a relief that an overseas subsidiary, associate or joint venture of Indian company is not required to prepare its standalone financial statement as per Ind AS. However, this entity will still have to report their Ind AS adjusted number for their Indian parent company to prepare what? Consolidated Ind AS account. Consolidated Ind AS account. Understood this point? So this was point number 8 we discussed. Coming to point number 9. Point number 9, what they want to say, suppose there is one company, A Limited. A Limited. A Limited is listed in London Stock Exchange as well as Indian Stock Exchange. Correct. So as per Indian Stock Exchange, they need to follow Indian GAAP. Means before application of India, they are following accounting standard. So they are preparing their financial statement based on what? Accounting standard. And because it is also listed where? In London Stock Exchange, so they need to report as per the guidance given as per the requirement of that stock exchange, and they are also preparing their financial statement based on what? IFRS, quite possible. Means before application of India, as I am saying. It means they have two financial statement. One financial statement is as per existing accounting standard, and one financial statement as per IFRS. Now, suppose from 1/4/2016, Ind AS is applicable. Ind AS is applicable. So what they want to say? They want to say that they will substitute this financial statement as per the requirement of Ind AS, because only 5% difference. There is only 5% difference. So can I say what they want to say? That we are already following IFRS, so we can substitute financial statement which is prepared as per IFRS as per what? Financial statement as per Ind AS. Whether it is permissible? Well, no, this is not permissible. This is not permissible. Understood? Correct. So what they want to say? The company cannot adopt IFRS as a substitution for what? Ind AS. So they have given one clarification that if you are already following IFRS, it does not mean you can substitute IFRS for what? Ind AS. Chalega. Then three more clarification has been given. What is this clarification? Just try to understand. What they want to say is, suppose there is one parent company which is a listed company. So Ind AS will be applicable. And suppose Ind AS is applicable from 1/4/2016. Okay. And there is one subsidiary company which is either banking company or insurance company or NBFC. Correct? Understood? Now the question is what? If you read the rules, general company rules, any subsidiary, associate, joint venture of above, Ind AS will be applicable. So if to this parent company Ind AS is applicable from 1/4/2016, so whether for this banking company, insurance company or NBFC, Ind AS will be applicable from 1/4/2016, or it will not be applicable. What do you think? It will not be applicable. So can I say for them Ind AS will be applicable? Ind AS will be applicable from their time applicability? Yes or no? This point have you understood? Correct. This also clarification has been given. But in this one doubt will come. So what about consolidated financial statement? It means right now they are preparing their standalone financial statement based on Ind AS, and can you see they are following accounting standard. So what about CFS? You only say what need to be done. Means they will provide information based on what? Ind AS. For which purpose? For consolidation purpose. For reporting purpose they are using AS. Means once again indirectly what is applicable? Ind AS is applicable. But for reporting purpose they are following their act and accounting standard. Only for what? Consolidation purpose they need to give Ind AS adjusted account. चलेगा. Same thing. सब उल्टा करते हैं. There is one parent company which is a banking company or insurance company, and there is one listed company which is their subsidiary company. Understood? Means this listed company becomes subsidiary of what? Banking company or insurance company. And because it is a listed company, Ind AS will be applicable. But for them, Ind AS is not applicable right now. AS will be applicable. Means they are preparing their standalone financial statement as per AS and as per Ind AS. Now, who will prepare consolidated financial statement? banking. They will prepare CFS based on what? Yes. Means they need to provide information based on what? Yes. They need to provide information based on yes. For which purpose? Consolidation purpose. Consolidation purpose. This type of case study may be asked in exam. Till now not asked. Till now not asked. Got this fine? This everything has been given. This everything has been given. Minute. This everything has been given in this 3 case study. If you read, you will be able to understand. Chalega. Means this chapter is completed. Introduction part is completed. There are some questions we'll discuss right now only from ICS study material. But before that, there is one point. Apply your common sense. Let's see whether you are able to apply your common sense or not. Suppose this question I have not done, but this same question has been given in ICS study material. Sometime what will happen in an exam? Suddenly one question will come and you will feel that you have never done that type of question. But you know the concept now. Concept you have done. But you have not done that type of question. What you will apply? Concept you will apply. So right now you know the concept. Apply the concept. Don't say it is out of book. Because it is from the book only. Because concept is same. Concept is not going to change. So I am asking one question. Correct. Suppose there is one company P Limited has S1, S2. This S1 has S3, S4. Happy to see the group. Mean this S1 is a subsidiary of P. This S3 is a subsidiary of S1. This S2 is a subsidiary of P. This S4 is a subsidiary of S2. Means this become ultimate parent company for S3 and S4. Means if P control S1, it means P also control S3. This two you have understood. Now this S1 is a listed company. And this P, S2, S4, S3 are not listed company. Nor their net worth is equal to or more than 250 crore. It means, can I say, as per, understood what I am saying? This P, S2, S3, S4 are not a listed company, nor their net worth is equal to or more than 250 crore. Correct. But can I say S1 being what? Listed company, Ind AS is applicable? Ind AS is applicable. Now you will say, whether to P, Ind AS is applicable? Yes, applicable. Whether S3 Ind AS is applicable? Yes. Whether S2 and S4 Ind AS is applicable? Huh? 1 minute. Two answer came. Doubt is there na? This was the only doubt. How many are saying yes? How many are saying no? Because in CA, minority always win. So no is correct. And those who are minority, they need to be confident in their answer. Because normally what will happen? They will try to change their answer as per majority. So in CA, you need to stick to your answer only. Got this point? Means just try to understand. If you read the rules, what is given? Associate, parent, subsidiary, associate, joint venture of above. Above means S1 na. Above is not P. Above is not S3. बोलना yes or no? So we need to go as per the rules, concept. It means as per the rules, Ind AS is not applicable. Not applicable. Ind AS is not applicable. But for consolidation purpose, they need to provide information to parent company based on what? Ind AS. And they can voluntarily adopt what? Ind AS. So this company S2 and S4 practically voluntarily they will adopt what? Ind AS. They will always voluntarily adopt what? Ind AS. So as a CA you need to give one consultancy to them ki why Ind AS will be applicable to you indirectly. Better apply voluntarily. Understood? This same question, this same question I used to discuss when there was no question in ICS study matter. Then again this question was introduced by ICI. It means whatever question I create can be asked in exam. Whatever question I create can be asked in exam. I don't know which attempt. I don't know which attempt. It means whatever question I am framing, even though that is not in ICI study matter, that is important, not important. And this time happened. One question I used to take in India 12 from out of the book, similar question was asked in exam. And most of the students, even my student, have done wrong. Why my student have done wrong? You say, they sir outside the book will follow. Sir, why he is teaching so much? What is the requirement? We can pass with small number of questions. So even my student, I'm not saying my student are very good. They will follow whatever I'm saying. They will never follow. They'll follow what YouTube channel. They will follow YouTube channel 2 volumes of question bank. Who will give so much effort, Ray? Now this much effort no one will give. If you will not give effort, you can't become CA. You need to study. Have you understood this point? Correct. Now let us come to all the questions. Now question bank chapter number 2, you can see all the questions has been given. You can see question has been colored in 3 format. You will understand what to do, what not to do. That you need to understand. Whenever it is blue color, it means one time practice required. One time to pakka practice required. Let us see. Following is a snapshot of audited balance sheet of Company A as on 31st March 2014. Company A equity shares are listed on Bombay Stock Exchange since 2010. They have given balance sheet as per roadmap. Which phase Company A fall into? Whenever question is silent, it will be general company or banking company, insurance company, and NBFC. General company. General company. To which phase? We need to find out first what? Net worth. Whether equity share capital will be added. Securities premium. General reserve. Revaluation reserve. Profit and loss account. Yes. Miscellaneous expenditure. Minus. What is the total coming? 160 plus 200 plus 150 plus 75 minus 80. हाँ 505. So 505 is correct. So it will come in phase 1, phase 2. Phase 1. It means Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2016. That answer has been given. You can do it. Correct now. But can I say, when you know the concept and when you have not done this question, sometime whatever directly when this question is coming, you will find some trouble in exam. So practice also required. Okay. One more question. Will your answer change if the company is an unlisted company? No. Dekho, this is the point. Who said phase 2? That is default mistake. Acha. Case 1, phase 1. Case 2, phase 2. And normally this happens. I was expecting phase 2 and you have said phase 2. Here, practice required. Here you will understand that you need to read the concept and read the question also carefully. So can I say here no answer will remain same even though unlisted more than 500 crore. It will be phase 1 means Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2016. Let's say in question number 1 the balance of PL account is negative 375 crore. What they are saying? Now this PL is actually 375 negative. So what is the net worth? What is net worth? Means 505 minus 300 ka na? I'm sorry. Make total once again. 160 plus 200 plus 150 minus 375 minus 80. 55. 55 negative, positive. Positive. So 55 is coming. Now same question. As a roadmap, which phase company A fall into? Bolo. Bolo. Phase 1. Dekho. 1 second. How many are saying phase 1? Answer is wrong. How many are saying phase 2? How many are saying not applicable? Not applicable is also wrong. It is listed company. No. Point number A marks. Dekho, what is actually happening? Simple question. Simple question, na? I could have deleted this question from your material to inform you that, oh, this 2 question bank, 2 volume question bank. Life is easy. Can I do that? And देखो, I have mentioned this in second category. Practice one time, Baba. Practice one time. So many mistakes. Even though you know concept, but then also you are not able to answer it. Why? Because practice required. Concept is different, question is different. चलेगा? It means, can I say, as per roadmap, it will be in phase 2. And Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2017. Okay. Will your answer change if the company is an unlisted company? Yes. Now Ind AS will not be applicable. Chalo, understood. Question 3. The net worth of company B, an unlisted company. Company B is a was 600 crore as on 31st March 2014. However, due to losses incurred in 14-15, the net worth of company was 400 crore as on 31st March 2015, from when the company B shall apply Ind AS. Phase 1, phase 2. Phase 1, because in any one of the 3 financial year, it meet the criteria, phase 1 will be applicable from 1st April 2016. This though you have given correct answer. So 1st April 2016, because it is unlisted company, huh? Unlisted company, 500 crore in phase 1 only. Net worth of company C is an unlisted company. Mostly they will ask unlisted company only, because unlisted is more dangerous. Was 400 crore as on first financial year 31st March 2014. Correct? Live student, you also try to answer. However, the net worth of company was 600 crore on as on 31st March 2015, from when the company shall apply Ind AS. First page only from 1st April 2016. Why? Because if it is applicable in any one of the 3 financial year, phase 1 will be covered. Means it will be covered under phase 1. Company D is a parent company of Group A. Whenever these type of questions come, make a flow chart. Company D is a parent company of Group A. Company A is an unlisted company having a net worth of 60 crore as on 31st March 2014. I think थोड़ा सा mistake question. It should not be Group A. It should be Company A. Correct now? Okay. Following are the other companies of the Group B. Company B unlisted, subsidiary of Company A. Company C unlisted, subsidiary of Company B. 600 crore, 150 crore. Whether India is applicable to ABC. Oh my. Means what they have done. Let us form one. What they say, Company D is the parent of A. Correct? First they have given this only, na? And what is the net worth? 60 crore, na? 60 crore of A. Always make this. Don't try to answer in your mind. Then Company B is a subsidiary of Company A. So Company B is a subsidiary of, and 600 crore. Net worth is 600 crore. And then Company C is a subsidiary of Company B. Oh, Company B. So it is a subsidiary of Company B, and the net worth is what? 150 crore. Whether Ind AS is applicable to ABC, they have not asked for D. They have asked only for ABC. Yes, it to applicable. This also applicable. This also applicable. Because any parent company and any subsidiary company of B, Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2016. That is only given, you can read. Following is the structure of Company D. Company D, Company E, subsidiary of D, Company F, subsidiary of E, Company G, an associate of E, Company H, subsidiary of D, Company I, subsidiary of H. I hope the flow chart to you have understood. Now what they have given. All the company in the above structure are unlisted company, and the net worth of Company E is 300 crore, and net worth of all other companies below what? 250 crore. This was my example, whatever I created. I think you have understood. Key 2, this H and I Ind AS will not be applicable, but they need to prepare Ind AS financial statement for consolidation purpose. Same thing is given in the answer, you can read it. Chalega? Then ABC Incorporation, incorporated in a foreign country, has a net worth of 700 crore. It has two subsidiary Company X, whose net worth as on 31st March 2014 is 600 crore and company Y whose net worth is 150 crore, while company X and Y would be required, whether company X and company Y would be required to follow Ind AS from accounting period commencing from on or after 1st April 2016 on the basis of their own net worth or on the basis of net worth of ABC Incorporation. Is what they have given. ABC Incorporation is a foreign company having a net worth of 700 crore. Then there are two subsidiaries X and Y. X and Y. X has what? 600 crore na? And Y has 150 crore. Now you only say whether to X Ind AS is applicable. Yes. Whether to Y, no. For them Ind AS is not applicable. Because for foreign company तो Ind AS is not applicable. चलेगा? चलो, very simple. This was the simplest question. As per the roadmap, Ind AS is applicable. Question number 8 we are doing to company X from the financial year 17-18, means from 1st April 2017 phase 2. Company X non-finance company is a subsidiary of company Y, means company X to whom Ind AS was applicable is a subsidiary of company Y, NBFC. Company Y is an unlisted NBFC having a net worth of 400 crore. What will be the date of applicability of Ind AS of company X and company Y? So can I say NBFC have a different date applicability? General company have a different date applicability? If any company which are under general company, Ind AS is applicable. Ind AS is not applicable to NBFC, banking company, insurance company. That also we have discussed. Same answer will come. I think you can read. If Ind AS applicability date for parent NBFC is different from the applicability date of corporate subsidiary, then how will the consolidated financial statement of parent NBFC will be? The parent NBFC will prepare as per accounting standard and the subsidiary company will provide information based on accounting standard. That is only given, you can read it. Correct? This question now you will be able to understand when we will complete consolidation chapter, because this has given some definition of joint venture, joint operation like this, which you don't write now, and I don't want to discuss that. Just write down. You will be automatically able to understand, but after consolidation CFS, after consolidated financial statement chapter, then you read. अभी right now if I will explain also ना मजा नहीं आएगा, and you will automatically understand after that chapter. ठीक है? Balance, this is one theoretical question. This is also one theoretical question. This you can do by your own. Done. Chapter is over. So will you do all the question like this? No. In other chapter, I will not take all the question. Otherwise, I will also die and you will also die. So of course, I'll do some selective question. The balance repeated question or the question which I know you can do by your own, that I will not do. Chalega? Okay. Time is also over. For today, we have done only introduction part. Basically, your class will start from tomorrow. So we have done only introduction. Now you know the Ind AS is applicable for which companies. Now whenever you are doing audit, means if you are going for audit, always see whether to that company Ind AS is applicable or not. Sometimes what happens? There is one company, private limited company, but that might be a subsidiary of an unlisted company which have a net worth of what? 250 crore or more. So your client does not know. So you should inform that by this private limited company will be covered under Ind AS. So always cross check net worth whenever you are doing audit. Okay. Thank you very much for today. I hope you have understood the entire class. Tomorrow we'll meet at the same time. Till then, bye bye. Enjoy your remaining day. Bye bye. To live online student, your class will also start at the same time, 6:30 to 9:45. The class will be at the same time. Always report at a time only, even though I am virtually available to you, but think that I am available with you. Okay, next time whatever question I am asking, today you have not responded any of your question, Next time try to respond all the question whatever I'm asking in the chat box. Okay.